out to eat lunch after we finished our divorce paperwork. It was heavy stuff. And the next 8 months to a year, this was trying times emotionally. Emotionally, it was a roller coaster, a nightmare. I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy. My wife would say the same exact thing. But man, that season produced in my wife and I such a great marriage. And we came through some hardships. I'm not saying that anybody should go to divorce. I think it's a heavy thing to have to deal with. But for my wife and I, it led us to a place of forgiveness, reconciliation, and recognizing our own wrongs. Now, it took a miracle from God to soften my wife's heart, to soften my heart, to respond to his word will. But man, at the end of the day, we wanted peace. We wanted peace. I wanted peace. I can speak for myself. I wanted peace more than anything. And so I was willing to say, hey, if this is what you want, let's go. Like it was just a hard situation, right? And I bring that up because there was a lot of nuance. There's a lot of nuance to your story. Maybe you're watching this and you've been divorced. Maybe you're on your second or third marriage, whatever that may be. I'm not saying that's okay, but I'm also not condemning you. I love the story that Jesus in the scripture, John chapter 8. I want to read this story. I think it's important. The woman that was caught in adultery. Because it's important that we partner this with what's happening here as Jesus talks about the scripture in Matthew chapter 5, verse 31 to 32. I think this passage here is vitally important for us to remember in Jesus' thinking and his actions and attitude towards someone who's caught in the act of the actual thing that God says there is an exception. Here's an absolutely a green light for you to be divorced if someone commits infidelity. But when you read the scripture, you just see that it's deeper than just you being ready for an excuse to walk out of your marriage. Man, God says there's a covenant that we've made that even when somebody goes as far as doing this, God has a heart for you wanting to have reconciliation and forgiveness. But I want you to know, Jesus also says this is the exception. Sexual immorality is the exception for someone being allowed to be divorced. But I think we are looking for excuses at the heart of what we're looking for. I think we're looking for excuses